What's up, gaming heroes, and welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. We're back with patch 10.2.5, and boy, this is a great patch. With all things considered, this is technically a mini patch to fit in between two big patches. So there's actually quite a lot of new mechanics and new things that we should keep in mind and potentially do before the next big patch drops. And if you haven't caught them already, there's quite a few hints in this patch as to what is coming in the next big patch. Let's dive in. Flying up to speak to Alexstrasza, you will find there are new storyline quests, which are basically epilogue quests to close off stories and give us just a nice, well-rounded finish towards the campaign of Dragonflight. It's really, really awesome, and I highly suggest that you get these done. If you don't have access to them yet, it could be just because you haven't completed your quests for all your campaign quests. Simply open up your quest log and it should tell you at the very top of the quest log what you need to do in order to get caught up so you can access those quests from Alexstrasza. I really enjoyed doing these quests, so I highly suggest you get them done as well. Now, if you don't know, the Night Elves have a brand new city called Bel'ameth. To unlock it fully, you will need to make sure you've completed the Dragonflight campaign, but it's as simple as flying over and having a look. There's 12 new Transmogs scattered across the island, so be sure to fly around the island, find the little items, click on them, and collect all of the unique appearances. They're really, really nice. I got them straight away, and it's quite fun just flying around and collecting them. Bear in mind that this isn't just for Alliance. Horde can collect these as well. Now, Bel'ameth has a bunch of new portals. I counted 4 in total. We have Val'sharah, Darkshore, Mount Hyjal, and then a portal to Stormwind. But it is worth noting that there is no current portal to Bel'ameth, so just bear that in mind. It is a one-way ticket, so to speak. Now, moving forward, we have the questline to unlock Gilneas as a city. Once again, this quest starts in Valdrakken next to your capital city portal. So go ahead, click on that and get started. There's some pretty nice transmogs that you can get from this, and also a really neat white fox mount that I just think is so cool. It's almost like albino. I love it. So epic. I really like the fox model in World of Warcraft, so definitely worth picking that up. Then, of course, we have the new follower dungeons, which have just been released. Now, this is something I actually suggested about 1.5 to 2 years ago in a video where I expressed my distaste and unenjoyment for Mythic Plus and dungeons on a whole, and said, hey, it would be really nice if we had like NPC dungeons where you could do them solo just to learn the mechanics before people went into Mythic Plus. And I think this would reduce the amount of people who left Mythic Plus because they didn't understand mechanics and things like that. On a whole, I'm really glad that they introduced this to the game. It gives people a chance to learn their character before getting into a dungeon and feeling like they've got the stress and pressure of having to know all these mechanics that they don't potentially know, on top of actually not knowing how to play their character. So having solo dungeons is definitely a great way for you to practice your rotation, to learn the mechanics of dungeons, everything like that. You get some gear, but it's not amazing. It's not amazing at all. It's pure and simply there just to get better at the game and explore on your terms, in your time. It's really cool. I really like this. Good job, Blizzard. Great shout. Azerothian Archives, a new quest. Just head over to Valdrakken Library. The quest is on the wall as you go in, and it will send you over to the Academy. Make sure you follow the questline all the way through, getting all the reputation, and then, of course, completing the Big Dig weekly quest, which is over in the Azure Span. Really important you do that because a mount does drop from the final boss once you've done the dig. You will get individual rewards based on your participation. So actually do participate. Don't just AFK and let other people do it. When you join the group, make sure you do get involved because you want to get the best possible reward naturally. Now, completing the reputation will unlock the ability to buy transmogs from the vendor, as well as a really cool mount, which is called the Stonehide Packbeast. Really, really cool. Definitely worth doing this weekly. I know I'll be doing this probably on 2 or 3 characters just for the chance at that awesome mount. Now, let me talk for a second about dragon riding worldwide. Yes, that's right. We can now fly on our dragons all across Azeroth, which opens up tons of opportunities. Now, if you know me, you know that I love gold in World of Warcraft. That's what I do. I collect loads of mounts, I collect loads of pets, and I most of all love collecting gold. With dragon riding in the game, this opens up a huge amount of opportunities to make a lot of gold. Now, some of these opportunities are a little bit too OP just to share on YouTube. But what I will say is check out my RTN guides on gaminghero.io. Those guides are basically strategies to get really high value items that you can sell on the auction house and make a lot of gold. Already, we've got over 150 people farming this type of stuff to make loads of gold. And thankfully, they are super, super rare, so they won't be flooding the auction house. But definitely check that out. Moving on, we have the Outlands Cup, which is starting soon and rewards a pretty cool, unique transmog for getting this completed. Definitely worth checking that out. And if you need help with that, there are loads of guides already coming out about that. We do have one more change, and that is player power change. Revival Catalyst charges, which allows you basically to turn any of your gear into tier set gear. They're actually allowing you to change a piece of gear once per week rather than every other week like it was before. This is a great change because it basically allows people to catch up with gear rather than feel like they're really far behind. I really, really like it, as when you're playing a new character, you often get into a situation where you get a certain piece of gear and you want to turn it into a tier set gear, but you don't want to waste that charge from the Revival Catalyst because you know you're going to need it for a higher piece of gear later. And this kind of removes that because you're just going to have loads and loads of Catalyst charges to use on your gear. I really like it. It's a great shout on that, Blizzard. In terms of the new story that might be coming in the next patch, completing the Epilogue quests, starting with Alexstrasza, where the aspects discuss various things, we get a bit of a hint that Iridian is going to be in the final patch. It's quite interesting, and I highly suggest you guys check it out. I don't want to spoil it for you, but definitely check that out. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. If it helped you, then smash the like button, click subscribe, maybe check out my latest video, which is World of Warcraft, a new player guide for 2024. Send it to a friend that you want to play World of Warcraft, and hopefully it will encourage them to get started. Thanks for watching, and this is Erosium, out.